How to build a fashion brand identity that people remember. Most fashion designers have a logo, but very few have a brand. And I want you to hear that properly. A logo is what people see. A brand is what people remember. A logo can make your fashion business look beautiful, but your brand is what makes someone say, I trust her. I know her kind of work. This feels like, I want to buy from this business again. And this is where many fashion designers get stuck. They think once they have a logo, a color, and a nice Instagram page, they have built a brand. But a real brand goes deeper than design. A real brand creates feeling. A real brand creates memory. A real brand gives people a reason to choose you, even when there are many other designers around them. So today, I want us to talk about how to build a fashion brand identity that people remember. Not just a logo, not just a nice name, not just a beautiful page, but a brand people can feel, trust, and return to. Because don't just sew beautifully. Build a brand people can trust. Let's start here. Your logo is not your brand. Your logo is a visual symbol. Your brand is the full meaning people attached to your business. It is how they feel when they see your work. It is what they expect from you. It is the standard they associate with your name. It is the experience they remember after buying from you. It is the emotion your content creates. It is the confidence they feel when they recommend you to someone else. So when someone says, I want to build a fashion brand, the first question should not be that. The first question should not be, what logo should I use? The best question is, what do I want people to remember me for? Because if your brand is not clear, people will define it for you. They may define you by price. They may define you by convenience. They may define you as that tailor near me. They may define you as she sews well, but I'm not sure. And that is not what you want, right? You want a brand identity that is clear enough for people to understand your value before they even ask for the price. That is why brand identity matters. It helps your audience know who you are, what you stand for, who you serve, what kind of work you create, what standard they should expect, why your business is different, and why they should trust you. So here are the 4 pillars of brand memory. If you want your brand to be remembered, you need more than creativity. You need memory points. There are 4 things that help people remember your brand. The first one is visual consistency, verbal identity, symbolic rituals, emotional consistency. Let's break them down. The first one I said is what? Visual consistency. Visual consistency means your brand has a look people can recognize. This includes your colors, fonts, packaging, photography style, content style, logo placement, background, product presentation, and even the way you arrange your design. A lot of fashion designers post randomly. One day, the brand looks luxury. Another day, it looks playful. The next day, it looks like a flyer from another business. And customer becomes confused. And when people are confused, they do not remember you clearly. Visual consistency helps people build memory. For example, if your brand is modest, elegant, structured, and premium, your visual should carry that. Your pictures should look intentional. Your packaging should feel clean. Your fabric presentation should be neat. Your colors should feel consistent. Your content should not look like many different people are running the same brand. It does not mean everything must be perfect. It means everything must feel connected. That's what I'm trying to say. When someone sees your picture, your packaging, your video, or your status, they should be able to say, this looks like our brand. That is memory. And memory is powerful in business because people buy faster from brands they remember. Then we have verbal identity. Your verbal identity is how your brand speaks. Many fashion designers think branding is only about what people see. No, what people hear and read from your page also matters. Your captions, your WhatsApp status, your product descriptions, your customer replies, your voiceovers, your sales messages, your welcome message, your delivery message. All of these are part of your brand. A fashion brand that wants premium customers cannot communicate anyhow. You can't. Your word must match the kind of business you are building. If you want to be known for elegance, your language should feel elegant. If you want to be known for structure, your language should feel clear. If you want to be known for luxury, your words should not sound desperate. If you want to be known for trust, your communication must be calm, professional, and consistent. This is why I always tell fashion designers, don't only learn how to sew, learn how to communicate your value. Because sometimes your work is good, but your words are reducing the value of your work. The way you talk are reducing the value of your work. You post without context. You sell without story. You announce prices without positioning. You reply customers without confidence. And then you wonder why they bargain too much. Check what you are doing. Your verbal identity should teach people how to see your brand. You can say things like, this piece was created for women who love modest elegance without losing comfort. Or, our focus is clean finishing, proper fits, and pieces you can wear with confidence. You can also say this, we do not make only outfits. We create pieces that help women feel grateful, covered, and beautifully put together. Can you see the difference? You are not just showing the products. You are shaping the meaning of the products. That is verbal identity. That is the way you talk. Then we have symbolic rituals. This one is very important. A symbolic ritual is something your brand does repeatedly that people begin to associate you with. It can be a phrase we create for the woman of, before you finish it, your audience completes the sentence. It can be a packaging detail, a delivery note, a specific way you review new designs, a customer appreciation style, a repeated content format, a signature line, a finishing standard, a brand promise. For example, my own signature line for fashion business content is this: don't just sew beautifully, build a brand people can trust. That line is not just a sentence, it's a belief. It tells people what I stand for. It tells fashion designer that sewing is not enough if the business has no structure, no trust, and no clear identity. For your own fashion brand, your symbolic rituals can be a signature packaging card. It could be a thank you note placed inside every delivery. It could be a short phrase you use whenever you post new work. It could be a particular way you style your product photos. It could be the way you wrap your garments. It could be the quality check process you show before delivery. The point is, people remember what you repeat. If your brand has no repetition, people will not know what to attach to you. Repetition is not boring. Repetition is how brands become familiar, and familiarity builds trust. Now we move to emotional consistency. This is the deepest part of the brand identity. How do people consistently feel when they experience your brand? Do they feel confident? Do they feel elegant? Do they feel understood? Do they feel calm? Do they feel safe? Do they feel premium? Do they feel inspired? Do they feel like your brand respects them? This matters because customers do not only remember what they bought, they remember how your business makes them feel. A customer may forget the exact caption you posted, but she may not forget how confident she felt wearing your outfit. She may not forget how carefully you packed her order. She may not forget how calmly you communicated. She may not forget how beautiful the final fitting made her feel. She may not forget that you delivered when you said you would. That feeling is brand identity. And when that feeling is consistent, people begin to trust your brand. This is why your brand is not only designed, it is built. Built through your standard, built through your voice, built through your customer experience, built through your finishing, built through your packaging, built through your consistency. Now, how to define your brand world view. Now, let's talk about something many fashion designers do not think about. Your brand needs a world view. A world view is the belief system behind your brand. It answers the question, what does my brand believe about fashion, customers, beauty, confidence, modesty, quality, lifestyle, or identity? This is what gives your brand depth. If your brand does not stand for anything, it becomes easy to copy. But when your brand has a world view, People connect with the meaning behind what you create. Let me give you an example. A modest fashion brand may believe a woman should not have to choose between being covered and be elegant. A luxury handmade bag brand may believe accessories should not only complete an outfit, they should carry patience, craftsmanship, and beauty. A fashion academy may believe fashion training should not confuse students. It should give them clarity, confidence, and structure. A bridal brand may believe a bride should feel peaceful, not pressured, during the process of creating her outfit. Can you see that? The worldview gives the brand a soul. It gives you something to keep communicating beyond available to others. So ask yourself, what do I believe about the woman I serve? What problem am I solving beyond clothing? What emotion do I want my customers to feel? What standard do I want my brand to be known for? What should people never confuse my brand with? What kind of customer experience do I want to create? What words should people use when describing my brand? When you answer these questions, you will begin to understand your brand identity more clearly. A brand identity is not useful if it only stays inside your notebook. It must show up everywhere. It must show up in your content. It must show up in your packaging. It must show up in your customer experience. Let's start with content. Let's start with content. Your content should not only show finished outfits. It should educate people about your standards. Show the process. Show the sketch. Show the fabric selection. Show the seam. Show the hem. Show the fitting. Show the pressing. Show the packaging. Show the reason behind the design. Show the kind of woman the outfit was created for. Because the more people understand your process, the more they value your work. If you only post the final picture, people may admire it and move on. But when you teach them what went into it, you create perceived value. You increase perceived value. Now, let's talk about packaging. Packaging is not just nylon, paper, ribbon, or bag. Packaging is part of the customer's emotional experience. When the customer receives your work, what does it say about your brand? Does it feel rushed? Does it feel ordinary? Does it feel thoughtful? Does it feel premium? Does it feel like the customer made a good decision? For Lux Fashion Academy, for example, which is my own brand, the packaging and presentation should not just carry the product. It should carry the feeling of the brand. Modest, elegant, structured, premium, intentional. The way the piece is folded, the tag, the thank you card, the color of the packaging, the neatness, the scent, the way it is handed over or delivered, all of it tells a story. That story is called what? Brand identity. And then we have customer experience. This is where many fashion brands lose trust. Your content may look beautiful, your packaging may look nice, but if your communication is poor, delivery is late, measurements are disorganized, and customers feel stressed, the brand memory becomes weak. People do not separate your sewing from your service. To them, everything is one experience. So your brand identity must show up in how you welcome inquiries, how you explain your prices, how you collect measurements, how you communicate timelines, how you handle corrections, how you deliver, how you follow up, how you ask for feedback. A strong brand is not built in one beautiful post. It is built through repeated trust. Before you design another flyer, logo, or content page, ask yourself these questions. Number 1, what do I want people to remember my fashion brand for? Number 2, what feeling should customers have when they see my work? 3, what kind of customer do I want to attract? 4, what words should describe my brand? Is it elegant, bold, modest, premium, creative, minimal, traditional, sophisticated. What world? Then we have number 5. What standard will I never compromise? 6. What repeated phrase, process, or presentation can become part of my brand signature? Then 7. Does my content, packaging, pricing, and customer service all communicate the same identity? If the answer is no, that is where to start. Not by rushing to change your logo, but by clarifying what your brand truly stands for. This is one of the reasons I teach fashion business and brand structure, because many designers are talented, but they are not yet positioned. They know how to sew, but their business does not communicate value clearly. They have beautiful work, but no identity people can remember. They have skill, but no structure that helps the right customers trust them. And that can be fixed. If you are a fashion designer, fashion student, tailor, or creative woman building a fashion brand, I want you to understand this. Your work deserves to be presented with clarity. Your skill deserves to be valued.
Remember, we calculated
your brand deserves to be remembered.
that.
But you must build it intentionally, not randomly, not emotionally, not only when you feel inspired, but work intentionally with structure, with standard, with identity. So let's come back to
on our
started.
bust line,
Most
to
fashion
get the
designers
chest
have
line, I said
very few
bust line
of the
divided
brand.
by 6
A
plus
logo can be
1.5.
designed in a way. A logo can be designed in a day, but a brand is built through consistency, trust, emotional memory, customer experience, and the many people attached to your work. So do not stop at looking beautiful. Become clear, become memorable, become trusted. Because in fashion business, people may notice your design first, yes, but they come back because of the feeling, the trust, and the experience your brand gives them. Don't just sew beautifully. Build a brand people can trust. If this video helped you, subscribe to this channel. I share new fashion business content every week to help designers build with clarity, structure, and confidence. Tell me this: when people think about your fashion brand, what feeling do you want them to remember? See you in the next video.
So, I don't know.